Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. By 24-inch canvas and a desire to add paint. I'm going to start with some Whispering Wisteria. And probably add some deep amethyst. Maybe I will if I can get it open. No, let's just grab something else. Oh, I've got marooned. And my plan is no plan at all. It's just keep adding colors until I'm kind of happy. And if I wasn't to get too fussy, that'd probably be a good thing. Got leftover paint from yesterday. Get out of the way so I can put my spatula down. I've got cerulean blue. That I'm going to mix with some cyan aqua. And in this case, a little bit of indigo teal, which I need to open better. I'm going to leave the purple right in my brush, in my spatula. This is sort of inclining me towards some green. Maybe sooner than later. Which would mean Fandango, if I can lay my hands on it, that's good. What other greens do I have? I have other greens. I think this is Peacock, but I know it needs a shake. And it's hard to shake for me. Give myself plenty. Grab something really... I'm running low on sour apple, so I'm going to switch to something that looks very similar, which is yellow-green. And then maybe throw something else more interesting in there as well. I've got Vivid Intense Fluorescent Green. One of those special bottles that's really hard to squeeze unless you have two hands to do it with. And as usual, I'm going to leave the paint on my spatula. Take whatever weird marks I get as inspiration. And the thinner my paint is, the faster it'll dry, but I can't have it too thin without risking showing the canvas. I think I'm going to grab some more that vivid intense green. Now I have to decide what color next. Or just go ahead and use some more green. And I could too, if I grab my silicone tool, I can snag all that green and use it. After all, it's leftover paint, really, so why not? I can see that there's paint chips dried on my edges, which is never a good thing, except for right now it's making an interesting texture, so I'm not going to complain. I'm feeling maybe some midnight shadows coming. I think I'm going to use my spatula the same way I used my silicone rubber brush. And vice versa. Wishing there was no paint coming off. So I should stop using this tool instead of talking about it. But what I want to do is grab a little more of that green. I hope that I got that paint, that rolling paint chip off. I don't use the green often enough. I'm going to throw that in the bucket. I've got more. Snag a little more colorful green, or less brilliant, I should say. Now, I'm thinking more Whispering Wisteria mixed with Cerulean C, which is similar to the Cerulean Blue. And Midnight Shadow, which is fortunately open and shakeable. I still want some more purple, and I'm going to find one. It'll take me a second to do so. Maybe I've got Frozen Amethyst. Which may work out well, but I've still got this green and I want to do something with it. I thought I was going to put it in that other paint, and I'm still not done thinking that might happen. I want something else. I really want more dark purple. This is that maroon that I just spewed all over everything. And now that means I need a new spatula. This might be interesting. I might actually like it. I don't mind using my canvas as a palette. Putting down blocks of color is something I've been aiming for a while. I'm not that good at it, but I keep trying. And allowing paint to stay as it is when it looks interesting without smoothing it out too much is another challenge. Like, I like this blockiness down here, but I'm thinking pink, and also get the spatula into the bucket. And I've got jasmine. For some reason I'm being called to mixing that with a little bit of Rhapsody Rose. And where the Rhapsody Rose goes, yeah, I just dripped. Gotta be more careful. Use some Dazzling White. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe it's the same thing I usually do. Spit on a Q-tip and see if I can get most of it up without creating too much of a mess. Because the paint's still wet enough to go back over it again. Maybe I'll try that with a clean spatula, because I can see that there's ample paint to salvage or scavenge or whatever you want to say. Alright, here goes nothing. Kind of feel like I should put some silver or something in there. Definitely had more than enough paint. But this is the first layer, so I'm not going to worry about it. And it's actually enough for me to think about adding some cell activator somewhere. Put that down. Think about this for a minute. I've got Mysterious Mystique. Some more frozen amethyst. And a little bit of Whispering Wisteria, which is too close to waste. And I'm going to grab some Cobalt Turquoise right after I scavenge or salvage every last drop of paint I can off my spatula. Alright, so I'm going that way. I feel like I should be using white instead. Alright, I'm being called. What am I being called to? That's the question. I'm being called to continue. A little more cerulean blue. I've got blue-black, but I'm kind of liking what's started. Wondering about the jasmine. I need to get the paint off my brush in order to do something with that new paint. And I'm all about recycling. Play it by ear. I'm going to grab some Dancing Fuchsia Cell Activator. Trying to figure out where I was going to put that, and I think it's right here. Most of the time I start to think about a background, I never actually get all the way to that actual culmination of events, but that's okay. Take a big chance here. There, I like that as a first layer, or maybe even a second layer, who knows. Take some more cerulean blue. Throw in a little bit of blue flame. Got 1 minute to change my mind about whatever I'm doing. Feeling like tomorrow there might be some orange. So I'm back, and this is dry, obviously, and I want to do a few things to it. Not much, just a little here and there, maybe everywhere. I'm going to take some tickled pink. Try to get all that tab off the front. just feel like accentuating the positive. Some of the things I'm going to do probably won't hardly show up at all. I'd like to put some midnight shadow right along this edge. I'm thinking about adding a little bit of yellow to the green. Some brighter pink. I'm thinking dancing fuchsia actually. Probably won't show up much. That's okay with me. And while I'm at it, where's my alizarin rose? Helps if it's open. I'm going to leave the dancing fuchsia right on my yeah, that doesn't bother me a bit. Pull some of it down even. I've got a little bit of midnight shadow residual, as well as a little residual dancing fuchsia. I'm feeling some Whispering Wisteria. That I want to be kind of gentle with. Really hard to resist the Rhapsody Rose. I don't think a lot of these things are going to show, as I've said, but I feel compelled to add them anyway. Although I did open, yes, the deep amethyst, and I do want a little bit of it. I haven't thought too much about gold, but I'm thinking about it now. I think I want a little more orange. Whoa, I was going to say in this case Orange Crush. There's my yellow on deck. I'm going to have to wipe my tool off. Cat got in my studio the other day, and so I keep finding cat hairs everywhere. And I love my cat, I just don't love my cat in the studio. I like these little marks down here. I'm thinking that they're dancing fuchsia, but maybe they're something more purple. And I did use some marooned. Come on out. Maybe I could just leave those there. Now, I thought about using a pale green, but I don't think it's going to show up in this, but I know the yellow will. It'll be subtle, but it'll show. Being called back to Alizarin Rose or Dancing Fuchsia. I think it's going to be Dancing Fuchsia. Yeah, I like that. I've got some perfect indigo hanging around over here. Whoa. Okay, that was way more than I anticipated, but I'll find a use for it. Or I'll just use it, period. I feel like adding a little more pale green in here, and let's see what happens with that. I've got some pale green sea glass. Leave that on its side so I can get to it. I don't think that's going to show at all. So I'll leave it heavy. Want some more tickled pink. Get rid of the rest of that green. I want some more of that marooned. And then I think I'm almost done. I gotta hit that green that I just put down. I just want to use my finger. Just to darken that up some. Where else do I need something? Maybe some cerulean C. I'm inclined to add a little bit of red violet. And also to grab my spatula. Mostly that will dry and disappear. I've just decided I want some more red violet. Miami Magenta will. That worked out pretty well, I think. Now if I want to put some white in, I better do it quickly. I keep craving some Oriental blue and I haven't done it yet, and I'm going to do it before I'm done. I'm tempted to just leave it right like it is because it might dry the color I want it to. Minor adjustment. If I want some more, I better do it now. I'm thinking right down here. The edge of the brush works really well to hard paint. Well, I thought I was going to wind up putting some black and white in here, but I don't think that that's going to be the case. And my little dots need some more dots, I think. So they'll be subtle, but they'll still be there. I don't know if I love all of those. So I'll just motivate them away. A little goes a long way in some things. Okay, I think I'm done. I didn't do a lot, but I did enough. Hi, this is Priscilla. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you'd like to be super helpful, please join the membership. My art is for sale. I'm here to help. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I have 2 books on paint pouring. They're found in the Amazon link, and the Amazon link is found on the link tree in the description underneath the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you come again. Bye for now. Priscilla out.